Hey guys, I'm Sebastian Spooky and hope you all are doing wonderful, and I'm back. Sorry I've not been posting. I had my wisdom teeth removed and then I apparently have a deviated septum and I had to get it fixed. So I am somewhat better and I decided to react to the story. It's supposed to be a really good one. This girl is bored with her life and decides to have some adventure. I'm pretty sure we all felt like that at some point. And I am dressed like this because I am cosplaying, which you can go check that out down below. My socials are linked down below. My Instagram and TikTok and all that. You go check it out. And happy holidays to you all. And again, I was cosplaying, so my makeup's kind of messed up, but oh well. And thank you all for watching and glad to see you guys now. On with the video.
Priyanka went skydiving. The most interesting thing I did was clean up my dog Lulu's poop. But it wasn't anyone's fault but mine. Sure, it's true, my parents couldn't afford to take me on fancy trips like that.
My parents really couldn't afford to go on like fancy trips either, but I understand, but I feel so bad for her. She has to clean dog poop. My dad would get so many dogs that we had to take care of them, so I kind of understand the feeling. And yeah, I feel sorry for you, but yikes, that must be awful.
They only ran a restaurant together and all their money went back into the business, and they needed me to help out after school. But the truth is, they would have let me do anything I wanted, but I was too scared. I could never go skydiving or even flying to another country like Prague.
I'm with you. I couldn't even, I've always wanted to go skydiving, but I don't think I can. I just don't think I can, and I don't blame this girl either.
I had been scared of everything, and I was sick of it. Just once, I wished I could go on an adventure of my own, but I had to look at everyone else having a great life through Instagram. And sometimes I couldn't even look at their photos because my stupid phone was constantly acting up. I was telling Kara all this while we picked up our food at lunch, and she said,
"Some of those videos aren't real, you better watch it." I understand though, I'd be annoyed too, I'd really want to go on those trips, and sometimes you just can't, and it does make you annoyed. Our girl is jealous, which I do not blame her. Poor girl.
Well, if you're too scared to do anything, you can't really complain about not doing anything. Not to be harsh, but it's your life. You're the one who has to live it. You know what, Kara? You're right. The next time I get an opportunity to do something fun or crazy or scary, I'll do it. With a newfound determination, I shook Kara's hand, but when I sat down, I sat on my—
You do have to live your life. You can't just live it through other people, and she crushed her phone. Oh my god, that is terrible. That is absolutely awful. She seems like she's having bad luck.
Phone and saw that it was dialing some random number. I held it to my ear, but there was only a strange static sound, but it seemed to be mostly okay. After school, my friend Kara and I were at my parents' restaurant studying for the history test. I don't know why you don't like this place. I'd be so happy if my parents had a restaurant and I could eat free breadsticks every day.
She's safe. Her phone did not bust. Mine would have broke or something. Oh my gosh. Dial the random number. You need to be careful. Pocket dialing people. You never know. You don't ever know. And breadsticks are good. Breadsticks are life. I'm just kidding.
You're eating free breadsticks now. A man came into the restaurant just then. He wasn't like our usual customers. He had a nice suit on and dark sunglasses. It seemed like he was looking for someone. His eyes landed on me and I looked down at my textbook. It was none of my business. Kara nudged me, and when I looked up again, the man was standing right in front of—
Ooh, why do I feel like this has to do with the random number that she dialed? Ooh.
Booth.
Agent Dark, I'm Agent West. I need you to come with me.
I stared at him, dumbfounded. Was this a prank?
Please, Agent Dark, we don't have much time.
My name is Allison.
No real names. In case one of us is captured, the less we know about each other, the better.
My heart was pounding. Was this guy for real? None of what he was saying made any sense. Agent Dark and I were just finishing up. She's ready.
Whoa, what just happened? This girl's in a whole nother level now. You better be careful what you wish for. And her friends no help. Just shove her off to the stranger. I don't need her. Girl, could you not help her or something? Chill. Your best friend's no, feed her to the sharks.
Now, what? I couldn't believe it. Why would she do that? She kicked me under the table and looked at me as if to say, "What are you waiting for? He looks like a Greek god." "Would you excuse us, sir?" She dragged me up and pulled me to the corner. This is your big chance. Adventure, no fear. You said you would take your next opportunity.
She don't know what she's got herself into, and her friend's like, go have fun. Go have fun. I guess, why not? Why just why not? Risk your life. You don't know this man. Just go. Go with what he's saying. Her friend, I swear.
Opportunity, remember? I didn't mean this. I don't know anything about being a spy or fighting. I'm boring, remember? That's the only thing anyone knows about me. And guess what? It's true. Yeah, but that's not what you want. This is it, Allie. You either go and do this thing with this random...
I mean, this animation do be making these boys look fine. But we don't know him. So girl, chill. Just chill. I know you're all over the place because he looks good, but like, can you not think for a few minutes? Like, we don't know this man. Go with this random man. Just go. Like, she could get herself in danger or something. Like, did they not think about that?
Beautiful Greek god of a man, or you stay boring and safe forever. Remember, in life, nothing changes unless you change it. Maybe she was right. It was time to do something crazy, to finally step out of my comfort zone. I stood up. My mom glanced over
Well, that didn't take forever. Girl.
me from the kitchen window. Are you leaving, honey? Why don't you and your friends take some breadsticks with you? I grabbed the sticks and nodded to Agent West, who led me out of the restaurant by the hand. A black car was waiting for us outside. We both got into the back seat, and the car rolled out of the parking lot. I couldn't see the driver. There was a partition separating the front.
Apparently no one's heard of stranger danger. Instead, she's like, let me slip right into that car.
Car from the back. Agent West breathed a sigh of relief.
We were so glad to finally get your signal. We thought you were captured, or worse,
What signal?
the access code. You called in yesterday. The numbers you put in. We know it was you. Don't try to back out now.
I thought...
You learn your lesson. Be careful when you butt dial. You don't know what code you're putting in or who you're going to be summoning. Oh my god. I'd be like, it was an accident, sir.
Hard. What code? What numbers? But then I remembered yesterday when I was eating lunch in the cafeteria. I sat on my phone. The butt dial. That was totally random, though. What were the odds that I sat on my phone in just the right way to dial a secret number and enter the correct 16-digit...
Well, she's either in trouble or she just now spiced up her life. We'll find out.
secret password. Maybe I should buy lottery tickets. Agent West was quiet for most of the ride. I had a million questions, but I was afraid if I opened my mouth, the truth would spill out, and my adventure would be over before it started. Finally, the car slowed down and parked. I stopped and stared as I got out.
Who knows what's going on now? They stopped and no one knows what's going on. Girl, they could be throwing you in a warehouse and leave you there. I'm just kidding. Of course, probably not in this animation. And anyways, let's continue.
We were in the circle drive of a mansion. Not one of those fake McMansions either. Like a real, gigantic, beautiful palace. It looked like royalty lived there. Or at least a really wealthy athlete. Agent West removed something draped over a hanger.
Ooh, sounds like somebody's got some money. You might have hit the jackpot.
From the trunk and held it out to me.
Put this on.
I ducked into the back seat and changed as fast as I could. Thankfully, the partition was still up and the windows were almost as black as the paint. When I emerged, Agent West's jaw dropped. I was in a glittering blue dress. I didn't have a mirror, but judging by Agent West's
You find you a man and he'd be buying you a dress. A sugar daddy. I'm just kidding.
expression, the dress must have looked pretty good. Everything all right? He pulled himself together and we approached the entrance.
Your mission is to distract the ambassador. That'll give me time to crack the safe and steal the device.
Distract him how?
I'm sure you'll think of something.
If anything, the
Of course,
inside
they'd be
was
giving her the dangerous job. Poor girl. Poor girl.
even more gorgeous. Spiral staircase, crystal chandelier, guests in glamorous attire all around.
That's the ambassador over there.
A small man with a mean, pinched face sipped champagne by himself in the corner. I don't think I can do this.
Really, it's too late to be backing out now. You stuck. You stuck and there's no going back. You should have thought about this.
I'm just a student. I'm not trained. Agent West took my hands.
Don't panic. They wouldn't have chosen you for this mission if they didn't know you were capable. Besides, I believe in you.
I gulped. It was nice to hear, but was it really me he believed in? Or
Ooh, he already hitting on you. Maybe she gets her a man. I'm just kidding.
the person he thought I was? Taking a closer look at him, Agent West didn't seem to be much older than I was. But how could a high school freshman be an international spy? Maybe he just looked young. Then it clicked. I knew what I had to do to make it through this mission.
I hope she does have a plan, or it all could backfire and go horribly wrong. Let's just hope it does not go horribly wrong. They may lock you up and you may never get out.
From this moment on, I would pretend to be the person they thought I was. If she was brave, poised and confident and quick on her feet, then I would be too. I nodded to Agent West and he slipped away. I grabbed a glass of champagne from a passing server's tray. I started walking, took a sip. I immediately spit it out. Gross.
Yeah, she really messed up. Like, that could have gave her away. Like, poor girl.
I set the glass down on another server's tray and walked right up to the ambassador. He stared at me grumpily. I smiled back, but I didn't know what to say. Was I supposed to introduce myself? Suddenly, I was mad. Agent West had left me here by myself.
That's what you normally do when you see people. You say hello and introduce yourself. But in this circumstance, I don't blame her for being freaked out. I would too, especially with all those people. Like, my anxiety just could never.
No preparation and no plan. At a strange place surrounded by strange new people? How did I even know he was who he said he was? Maybe he worked for the bad guys. Who were the bad guys? I stopped and took a breath. I didn't think he worked for the bad guys.
I don't blame you. You know nothing about them. You don't know them from Adam or anything. But I don't think they're the bad guys. You're just overthinking. But I don't blame you. I'd be sorry.
Remember, I told myself, you're not Allie, a boring, ordinary freshman at Claremont High. You're Agent Dark, international spy extraordinaire. Breadstick? I offered a breadstick from my purse. The ambassador's angry face broke into a delighted smile.
Don't mind if I do.
A little while later, Agent West appeared and pulled me away from the ambassador. I had done such a good job charming him that he seemed disappointed to see me leave.
That's it. To make a man happy, just throw breadsticks at him. Throw breadsticks at him. I'm just kidding. I don't know if I'd be taking breadsticks out of someone's purse, but okay. Each to their own.
He even wanted me to meet his daughter. Agent West and I snuck out onto the balcony. The city lights sparkled in front of us.
I got it.
I didn't even know what it was, but I was happy the mission was a success.
You were incredible tonight, Agent Dark. I couldn't have done it without you.
That made me feel even better. Like maybe I wasn't here by mistake. And I was capable. Can't you tell me your real name? You already know mine.
Ooh, at least it turned out good, the mission, and looks like she may be getting herself a man.
Zane.
Nice to meet you, Zane. The sounds of the party were faint. Here on the balcony, it was quiet. Just me and Agent West. Zane. He peered into my eyes. My heart began to pound. He leaned in to kiss me. An alarm went off just before our lips met. It was a deafening wail. There were shouts inside, people scrambling everywhere.
We have to go.
He hopped off the balcony railing onto some vines climbing up the mansion wall. I froze. That didn't look very stable.
Well, you wanted adventure, and here you go.
I looked down at the distant gravel below. Then I heard more shouting inside. It sounded angry. I glanced through the sliding glass doors. 2 burly security guards noticed me. One pointed right at me, and they hurried toward the glass. I turned back to Agent West. He held out his hand. The security guards were almost there. I took another deep breath. Remember, Allie, what would Agent Dark do? Just as the security guards crashed through the doors, I took Agent West's hand and leaped off the balcony.
Ooh, I don't know if I could have done that. Like, just jump and trust. No, I would have been freaking out. And don't go to the glass. Obviously, there are people running away and stuff, and you gave yourself away. You shouldn't have looked through the glass doors. Like, that's obviously gonna make them suspicious. Like, no.
He tugged a vine loose and we slid all the way down, the ground coming up fast. We swung safely onto the circle drive, landed on our feet. The black car was already waiting for us. We dove into the back seat and the driver hit the gas hard. We sped off, leaving the out-of-breath security guards in the dust. My adrenaline was pumping. I looked over at Agent West and we both burst out laughing. Later, Agent West walked me to my front door. We stood on the steps, both quiet and giddy from our close call.
Thanks for everything, Allison.
How did I know where she lived? Like, it doesn't explain. It just says, we showed up at my house. Like, what? But I hope this girl gets all the adventure that she wants, because of me, I could never.
You're even more impressive than your reputation.
That's right. Take that, Agent Dark. Call me Allie.
Good night, Allie.
Good night, Zane. When I finally went back to school the next day, I felt a new sense of confidence. All my fears were gone. While Priyanka and Sarah B talked about their adventures skydiving or going to Prague, I had to keep my mouth shut and just pretend like I was jealous. They would never know that I got to be a secret spy. At least Kara knew. And I looked amazing in that dress. Speaking of, that dress was too nice to wear only once. I decided to go to the dance with it. When I got there, everyone was buzzing in the halls.
I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks you can't say anything about it, but you were a spy and you kind of can then get you in trouble, and maybe you shouldn't wear the dress, but at the same time, free dress.
No clue what all the commotion was about. And then, there he was, Zane, in a tux and a vest.
You look familiar.
I glared at him. I wasn't sure I was in the mood for jokes when I hadn't heard a word from him in weeks. You know, you could have texted or called or sent a flying pigeon or something.
I know. I'm sorry I just disappeared like that. I had to go radio silent until the heat died down. I was afraid if I contacted you, I might put you in danger.
Yeah, well, I like danger, don't you know? I've jumped off balconies. I think I can handle a phone call. As mad as I am, I have to say, I'm glad to see you and I'm happy you're safe.
You tell me this boy go to her school too. How lucky, and I'd be mad for him not talking to me either after a serious event, but you kind of can't blame him. He doesn't want to be caught. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
Well, I appreciate that. I know I'm probably too late, but I wanted to ask you, just in case.
I waited, nervous. Did he need me for another mission? I wasn't sure I was ready for that kind of excitement again so soon. Especially considering we'd almost been caught last time. What would have happened to me if I hadn't taken the leap off that balcony? Jail? Worse? I was okay with life being a little boring sometimes.
Do you have a date for the dance?
That's one mission I was happy to accept. I do now. Together, we walked in like some power couple from a magazine cover or something. I finally felt...
Well, she finally one of those people in the magazines and Instagram that she wanted. And she got hurt.
Like I wasn't just some scared, boring girl who had to get all her excitement from watching my friends' vacation videos. It's true, a high school dance may not have been as glamorous as an evening undercover at an ambassador's house, but it didn't have to be, because now I knew I didn't have to be afraid. I was much braver than I ever believed. Facing my fears made me realize I can do anything as long as I don't let it stop me. While we danced and I kissed Zane, finally realizing I had the power to change my life and become the person I...
Yes, she finally got herself a boyfriend. They kiss. I don't know if that's good or bad. But good for her. Good for her. Good that her life's going the way she wants it.
wanted to be. Even without all the action, I knew I had no reason to be...
Well, that was a wild story, and I don't know if I could do what she did. She had balls, girl slay. You're amazing. Anyways, that was a good story. I kind of liked it. Let me know in the comments if you all would be as brave as her. I don't think I would, but do know you all do have the power to change your life and do what you want, and don't let anyone tell you no. Just be you. Be yourself. And hope you all have a wonderful holidays. If you do celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you don't, that's chill too. And hope you all have happy holidays and a good month and a good start of the next year. and hope to see you guys soon. And my socials are down below. Go check those out. And my TikTok is down below too, and Instagram. And down below on my TikTok, I have cosplays, and I'm doing a need from Wednesday if you want to check that out. Bye, guys.